It's NBA basketball on 2K Sport. Here are the starters for Los Angeles. Paul George is out there with Williams. Then there's Whiteside, and it's Anunoby in at the 3. And for Memphis, we've got LeVert. Winslow is out there with Jackson. Then it's Morant, and it's Turner in at the 5. Morant passes to Jackson, and he gets the bucket. Big conference rivalry tonight, Chris. Think back to some of your legendary bouts between, say, your Sacramento team and the LA Lakers.
Oh, man, my ears are ringing right now. I got the cowbells ringing in my ears just from you saying that. But
Pretty exciting, wasn't it?
Yeah, oh, man, it was awesome. But it's not just another game. Your pride is involved, and it's about your standings in the conference. And also, it's about fan bragging rights. So for us, you know, it was like the Battle of California. We wanted people in Sacramento to be able to walk around in L.A. and say, hey, we're the best right now.
The Grizzlies coaching search took 2 months. They finally settled on Taylor Jenkins, a former assistant coach with the Milwaukee Bucks.
Jenkins, with an economics degree from Penn, fits the young academic profile of this Memphis front office. Worked for the Spurs 6 years as an assistant under Mike Budenholzer, who was the coach of the year in 2019. That pedigree helped him get the job.
Morant kicks to LeVert. Just 4 to shoot. Got a piece of it, and he's able to get it back. And he gets contact and the whistle on the shot. 2 shots coming up. There's the foul against the Clippers. The Grizzlies have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And their numbers from the line last season, they're good, just not great. About 77% as a team.
And the free throw drops for LeVert. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Los Angeles. And he makes both free throws. And here is Los Angeles now. It's a 5-point game. George passes to Whiteside. Williams looking over the floor. Back to Whiteside. Shot clock at 6. That's good from Williams on the assist by Whiteside. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. Now Morant. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against the Trailblazers in Portland.
And it was the little things, too. I mean, getting to the line, finding ways to get his points any way possible.
And the rejection by Jackson. First 1:30 gone here in the first quarter. And here's George for 3. That shot misses. And it's Memphis the other way.
They're 1 of 4 here to start, looking to get into a flow offensively.
And good that time.
Much more than just the perimeter threat. Morant loves to sneak inside and do damage.
He gets a chance now to catch up with the 4th member of our crew, Hall of Famer David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Taylor Jenkins and I shared a few minutes together. And a lot of their focus is their strategy going up against Paul George. He was a threat from distance and at the rim. Can't take everything away, but surrendering long twos is probably the safest plan.
Thank you, David. Here's the 3. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Here in the first, just under 2.5 minutes played so far.
You know what? I talked to Jaren Jackson this summer. He told me he grew another 2 inches. So let's just call him around 7 foot right now with the 7'5" wingspan. Jaren Jackson, the perfect physique for today's defensive big. He can protect the paint and maneuver outside.
Inside. There's Winslow. It's rebounded by Anunoby.
D hanging tough and stopping what would normally have been an easy lay.
Now the pass to Carter. The fader. First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast. He did play power forward at Michigan State and the NBA. But what's Jaren Jackson's long-term position, you think, in this league?
Well, you know what? I think he could play the 3, the 4, and the 5 with his shooting. Now, he's still experiencing guarding shorter players. He's getting used to it, but moving his feet serves him well.
And it's LeVert missing. And so it's Carter who brings the ball up for the Clippers. Trailing by 5. And the jam by Whiteside.
It really does make the game easy for your teammates when you can lead them to the rim that well with a pass.
Down low, here's LeVert, and he uses the glass on the layup.
Well, this is why Morant's teammates love to play alongside him. I mean, exceptional vision, and he's incredibly unselfish.
Jackson against Williams. Pass to Carter. Over Morant. Here's Whiteside. It's hit again, and it's sent back by Turner. Winslow with it. He's still scoreless so far in this one. Now here's Morant. He's guarded by Williams. Just 5 to shoot. Good D by Williams. Well, it was the Memphis Grizzlies in their last game. A loss to the Trailblazers in Portland. Pass to George. George double team. Williams for 3. And the rebound goes to the Grizzlies. Here's LeVert. And he banks in the layup. LeVert's got 6.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And the Clippers decide to take their first time out here. You think about some of the most powerful dunks, Chris. The tomahawk jam reigning supreme. Do you prefer the one-handed or the two-handed jam?
Oh,
you did both so well.
You know what? I prefer a body-to-body dunk. Like you would post it over Jokic back in the day. Oh my goodness, off the 2. Or how about Jordan playing against Atlanta when he pump fakes it with one hand like he's going to shoot it, goes down the lane and dunks on Tree Rollins. Just incredible. Or Blake Griffin dunking on anyone. Or Giannis dunking on anyone. Or Embiid dunking on anyone. Or how about LeBron dunking on anyone? So me, I just want the showmanship. Doesn't matter if it's one hand, 2 hands, 2 legs, 1 leg, 360, or straight body to body. Just give me something. Yeah. Give me something.
So Memphis ends up going with the new group. The Clippers also making some changes. Powell, he's checked in for Whiteside. Patrick Beverly comes in for George. And it's Jackson in for Williams. Now here's Beverly. He picked up 15 points in their last win against Golden State. Poke loose, outside Jackson. The Clippers need to get off a shot. Carter. And again, no good by the Clippers.
Yeah, they got that one, but early on, it's really been a struggle for them to secure that defensive backboard.
Melton feeling it out a bit. Passes to Jones. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. And the foul called on Tyus Jones. That is his first foul of the game. They need this one. And the layup by Jackson.
And how about the speed of Jackson's ball handling? Just leaving the D in the dust with this moment.
Jackson against Jones. Brooks outside. And there's the pass to Melton. Just 5 on the clock. And that's going to be a travel. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Anunoby kicks to Beverly. 5 to shoot. From the arc. Doesn't go, and he's 0 of 1 from the field. Here's Melton, defended by Beverly. From deep, and that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. And so the first quarter is in the books. As it's out in front, they're up by 5. Live from the FedEx Forum, you're watching 2K Sports. Just joining us, we've played through one quarter in this one. What stands out to you from the Grizzlies in this one?
You got to credit their defense, communicating, rotating, making plays on the ball.
No question. It's been stifling thus far, preventing that offense from establishing any kind of rhythm.
Here's Jackson. He had 16 points in the win against the Warriors in San Francisco. Here are the 5 the Clippers have to start the second. Anunoby out there with Wendell Carter. Then it's Patrick Beverly. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Jackson in at the point from the baseline. The shot comes out. The Clippers go the other way with it. Pass to Beverly. Now here's Jackson. Guarded closely. Baseline J on the way. His shot is good, making him a perfect 2 for 2 from the floor.
I mean, come on. Jackson is so effective from the mid-range area of the court. He sticks these shots all the time.
2 seasons at Indiana for OG Anunoby and the 23rd pick of the 2017 draft. Great talk about his game.
You know, NBA ready physically from day one. You know, still working for consistency with his shooting, especially at the free throw line. But I like his potential as a two-way player. Very dangerous to leave a guy like that open. Lucky break there for the D.
It's Jones on the wing. Dishes it to Jones. Ball's knocked loose. Powell with the steal. And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter. Pass to Anunoby. 5 on the clock. Carter outside. Back to Anunoby. That one, no good. Now the Grizzlies take it the other way. Pass to Clark. Here's Melton. On deep. Powell pulls it in. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. We often talk about problems between the players and fans. I'm sure there are some things that fans do, Chris, that players do appreciate.
Oh, yeah, Cap. And you know what we really appreciate? The good trash-talking fans.
Oh, really?
The clean trash-talking fans. Oh, Webber, you suck. You can't shoot. Oh, so what? You just dunked on their whole team. Like, don't stop in the first quarter, good fans. You know, keep going when I'm giving it to you all game long. So you love that. You love the crowds, too, that don't need to be hyped up by a PA guy. You love the ones that are just so sincere. When they see that kissing camera come on, they go crazy, or they're just cheering for both teams in great play, though they want their teams to win. And you love, again, the creative heckler, the one that had to think about it the day before, like the ones that comes in with the sign and it's a picture of you crying or look like you're crying with words under, like, hey, you didn't get asked to prom today, or the face on Chris after he missed the shot. You love that because it is a great relationship. Don't be fooled, and you know this, Kevin. It's a great relationship between the players and the fans, and we need those fans to heckle us because when you heckle the best players, you usually get their best game.
And the foul called on Hassan Whiteside. That's his first foul. Jackson, he's checked in for Memphis. Karis LeVert comes in for Brooks. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Williams is checked in. Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. The shot's good. And the Grizzlies lead by 5.
And you can tell they had that play ready to go. Well done on the inbound.
Outside, George. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That one's on Morant.
Well, for so much of what Paul George brings to the table, you have to start with his defensive impact. He is one of the top defenders in the league at his position, if not the best.
Shooting 2.
And he makes the first. You look at George with all he does, Greg, you sometimes forget how good his perimeter defense is.
Well, I mean, his teammates and coaches won't ever forget about the impact he has on that end. Even when George isn't scoring or the shot isn't falling, he is still a monster on the floor just with his defense alone.
And they're getting to the line a lot in this quarter, guys, and it hasn't been by accident.
Now here's Morant. He's guarded by Williams. Turner trying to free himself up. Here's Morant. And they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Shoots. That one a tad offline to the right, but drops in for him. Williams has got his second basket of the night. Here's Morant. Jackson passes to Morant. Clock at 6. 3-pointer. It's hauled in by Los Angeles.
He's got to be disappointed with his performance, but it'll be easier to swallow if they keep the lead.
And the rejection by Jackson. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Jackson. Powell dishes to Whiteside. And here's Morant to the paint. There's Winslow. The shot off that time. Excellent D there from George. Over in the corner, Williams. A 3-pointer is right on target. Williams has got the lead up to 2 now for Los Angeles. Now Morant. And they get it. It's hauled in by the Clippers. Whiteside's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And the stroke definitely lacking confidence this quarter. Nothing on target. Oh, an aggressive move and fantastic finish.
Trying to send a message with that slam, I think. They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
The pass to Morant. There's the lob to Jackson. It's Turner, high post. Good on the shot. Turner's got his first 2 points.
You know, not necessarily what you're looking for, but still able to convert.
And the Clippers call time here.
And historically, you almost never saw a great shot blocker who could also knock down triples at a high clip. But count Miles Turner among the unicorns who provide that rare combination.
Courtesy of the 2K leaderboard, here's a peek at the league's top scorers from a season ago. Second is Paul George.
And looking back, his points per game really underscored the fact that he never took a game off. I mean, one special performance after another all season long.
Clippers moving the ball around. Powell kicks to Whiteside. That one doesn't drop. Some solid defense there from Jackson. Now here's Morant. Guarded by Powell. Winslow's shot is off.
And the rebound battle split evenly thus far.
And George with the stuff.
And hustle paid off there for George in the open court. Gets up court in a flash and finishes before the D can even react.
LeVert against Powell. LeVert the pass to Jackson. Over Williams. Off the left rim and out. Clippers leading by 4. Pass to Powell. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. It goes on Justice Winslow. The Clippers have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
The free throw drops for Powell. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Patrick Beverly comes in for Lou Williams. And so he makes both from the line.
Yeah, nice job of drawing the contact and creating opportunities at the line.
There's 47 seconds left in the first half of basketball. Jones looking for an opening. No good from Clark. Clippers leading by 6. Powell finds Beverly. Now Carter. Back to Beverly. Outside, George. Over Clark. And Jones pulls it down. Outside, Jones. Here's Clark. Excellent D there from George.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Well, that's why he's out there right now. In situations like this, he stands tall to prevent points.
And so it's the Los Angeles Clippers with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Looking good at this point, but wanting more. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you very much. Lou, in the first half, your offense was clicking. What was the difference getting off to a hot start?
I think we play with a lot of energy, the ball swinging around. They're using a lot of help side defense. We're just taking advantage of it.
And really breaking them down. Thanks, Lou. Back to you, Kevin.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny, and a favorite time of the year as we're halfway through one of the first games of this fresh NBA season. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. They did give up a couple baskets more than they wanted to, and at the end of the period, were trailing by 5 points. They completely dominated the second quarter, turning a small deficit at the beginning of the period into a 6-point lead at the half. And taking a look at the Clippers, Kenny, what did you see out there?
Well, their reserves showed up tonight. Not just on hustle plays, but in points. And that's what you got to do coming off the bench to maximize your minutes.
And Shaq, let's get your input on the Grizzlies.
I love it. You know why I love it, Ernie? Because they're getting the ball inside and converting. Not just sitting back behind the line shooting threes. See, that's kept the defense scrambling a little bit. Not able to block it on anything. Get it in, we'll kick it back out, then you shoot it.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. You have to like what we're seeing from Lou Williams.
He's done a fantastic job of finding open space to operate within the first few quarters.
Yeah, the offense looks crisp, and guys are hitting their shots.
And we've got second half action for you. Thus far, a pretty evenly contested game. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So on the floor for Memphis, they've got Winslow. Morant is out there with Karis LeVert. Then it's Jaren Jackson. And it's Turner in at the 5 roaming the paint.
Well, he might not be blocking 4 shots a game anymore, but Hassan Whiteside's still a factor in the paint defensively.
That one goes in. Anunoby's got the lead up to 10 now for Los Angeles.
Great teamwork punctuated by a strong finish.
Perfect example of how to run the break the right way and get a great look.
Here's Morant. And Whiteside sends it back. And that's out of bounds. Memphis will retain possession. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Time to break that ice-cold streak. And it's wide right. It's off the rim. And with Whiteside, his size and length set him apart from others defensively. Greg, even at the center position.
You just can't ignore the reach and coverage that Whiteside has when he's in the paint. Even though the block numbers aren't what they once were, the amount of shots he changes is still very high.
The Grizzlies trail by 10. Winslow with it, out to Turner. Now here's LeVert. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. Players have different ways of leading. Some guys, Chris, are loud and fiery. Others let their play do all the talking. What was your approach?
Well, Kevin, it depended on what situation I was in. When I was in Sacramento, I could be the quiet, fiery guy that led through my actions because Vlade was more of a vocal guy, and we had a really good-spirited team, so I didn't need to do much besides what we did in practice. In my younger days, when you want to win, you want to get out there, and maybe everyone doesn't have the sense of urgency that you do. You're a little bit more vocal, but I've always believed that the best leaders, no matter how well they communicate or anything else, the best leaders lead by example. And if you're telling everyone what to do and you're not doing it, usually it falls on deaf ears. So go out there and do it by example first, and everybody will follow.
Good advice. Jackson, he's checked in for Lou Williams. That one falls, so he hits both of them. And here is Los Angeles now. Jackson dishes to Whiteside. Makes it off the glass. Whiteside's got his second bucket of the night.
And the feed from George couldn't be better. The timing, the placement, everything about that dish was pinpoint.
Pass to Morant. Six on the shot clock, and his offense just hasn't been there.
Can't get anything to fall, but it hasn't gotten him down. I mean, he's still gunning. I guess he's still trying to contribute.
And there isn't a lot that they're doing well right now defensively. They just seem to be disconnected defensively in the second.
Passes it to LeVert. Kicks to Winslow. From deep three-point range, from beyond the arc, and then some. Winslow's got it back down to single digits for the Grizzlies. Jackson drives in, laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Jackson's got 6.
Just no resistance on the inside. That's their 5th consecutive make in the paint.
Now here's Morant. He's tightly guarded, and the shot goes in. Morant's got his 3rd basket of the night.
Kicking, moving, looking for his spots. Morant slithering around the court with the ball on the string.
And the Clippers call time here.
And purely from a physical standpoint, John Morant has it all. The height, the long arms, the frame to put on more weight. And few players are more explosive athletically.
Los Angeles with some changes. Wendell Carter, he's checked in for Whiteside. And it's Patrick Beverly in for OG Anunoby. Beverly against Brooks. George. And the layup falls. 8 points for him. And with Morant, you not only get the physical attributes, Greg, you get the mental toughness and awareness.
Yeah, this kid loves to compete. The bigger the game, the bigger he plays. I think we're looking at a potential all-NBA performer when it's all said and done.
Clippers leading by 11. And there's the call on Jones. That'll be his second foul of the game. And the Clippers making a change here. Powell's checked in. Jackson looking around. A three-pointer, no good. And here's Melton. He'll bring it up for the Grizzlies. They'll be off next to Utah for a meeting with the Jazz. That'll be the first half of a two-game trip. Brooks kicks to Jones. Shot clock at 5. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle, and 2 shots coming up.
A moment now to see the numbers for Jackson. Some last season stats for him. Put up about 15 points per, 4 assists, and 2 rebounds. Yeah, he's been making the right decisions and letting the game come to him. Solid play all around.
Yeah, GA, I like it because he's not overcomplicating things. I mean, he's just playing to his strengths and taking what the defense gives him.
And the first one drops. He's perfect from the line this time.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Shoots from 14. That one a little long.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
No, you're right. You take that 10 out of 10 times. You're not going to miss many of those.
Grizzlies have made the most out of their opportunities at the line. They have yet to miss in 7 attempts.
Shooting 2.
First one falls for. And that's good as he hits both of his shots.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
The pass to Beverly. Pass to Pascal. On deep. Brooks grabs the board.
Not the most productive quarter he'll ever have, but his shot selection's been a little bit dubious.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Oh, it's simple. When you fail to put a body on someone, you're inviting a breakdown on the defensive glass.
Now here's Beverly. Not a lot of room. Brooks against Powell. Latray nailed from three-point land. Powell's got 7.
And Kevin, after being unable to find the net in the first half, they sure seem to be a different team here in the second.
Here's Clark, guarded by Powell, and it's in there.
And I love that range there from Clark. At this point in his development, it's not as daunting as trying to be a consistent three-ball shooter.
Beverly, the pass to Pascal. It's Powell on the wing. Trying to get open is Carter. Nice D from Brooks.
He struggles with his finishes sometimes. I mean, it's kept him from being an elite player.
And in the first half, it was a struggle offensively, shooting a very low percentage, but it hasn't prevented them from grabbing the lead. And now they're shooting it much better here in the second.
Here's Clark. From deep three-point range, and the last shot before the buzzer is off. And so it's Los Angeles holding on to an 8-point lead heading into the break. And they've done a phenomenal job down low. So many of their points coming right at the rim. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. While we have the chance now, folks, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feet. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
No, it's quick decision making. You see a guy open, you can't hesitate. That's an outstanding play.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. The Grizzlies trail by 8, and on the floor for the Clippers here in the fourth. Williams is out there with Patrick Beverly. Then there's Carter, and it's Pascal in at the 4 spot. Jackson finds Jones. They get a hand on it. Beverly against Jones. Anunoby passes to Beverly. Outside Williams. Fires for 3. The Clippers keep it alive. From past the arc. Good on the triple. Anunoby's got the first basket as we get going in the fourth for Los Angeles. The Grizzlies shooting at a 32% clip from the field. They're just not executing. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. Right side Jackson. No good on the shot. Good work defensively by Carter. Clippers leading by 11. Williams for 3, and another 3 for the Clippers.
And the D has gotten a little bit laxed here defending the triple.
Pass to Melton. Williams against Jones. He dishes it to Clark. It's not going to go for him. And it's Williams with the ball for the Clippers. Here in the fourth quarter, their defense has been very strong, allowing no baskets. Here's Carter over Jackson. That shot off. Now Memphis takes it the other way.
He hasn't chipped in with many points tonight. Good thing he has the guys around him to carry the weight.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to just 12 points on the bucket from Jones. And the Clippers call time here.
Adjustments are a part of the game, and the coach sees something he doesn't like here.
Yeah, I like the chess match that's going on here. Each team trying to find and exploit the favorable matchup on the floor.
So Memphis going with almost an entire new group here. Turner's checked in for Clark. Justice Winslow comes in for Brooks. LeVert's checked in for Milton. And it's Morant in for Tyus Jones. And then for Los Angeles, Whiteside's checked in for Carter. And it's George in for Patrick Beverly. And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, during the last break, I heard Doc Rivers talking with his team. His key message was, don't get comfortable. Those guys are going to come at us with everything they've got. Let's bring the intensity and stay focused on every possession. Kevin, back to you.
A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Los Angeles leading by 14. George dishes to Whiteside. Nice passing here by Los Angeles. Passes it to Pascal. He kicks to George. The three. Offensive rebound. Whiteside, the pass to Anunoby. 6 to shoot. Back to Whiteside. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Whiteside's got 4 points this quarter.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
There's the pass to Jackson. And here's Winslow. He's guarded by Williams. Winslow against Williams. Winslow's shot is off. Here now, the Clippers. They've outscored him 10 points to 2 during this run. George dishes to Williams. Pass to Whiteside. Pass to Pascal. From deep, and they force the shot clock violation. Great deep. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
Here's Morant. He trains the turnaround jump shot.
That jumper is just looking clean, confident. Very little that Morant can't do.
And here is Williams. Outside, George. Out to the right wing. Here's Whiteside. It's rebounded by Memphis. Now Morant. And finished up by Morant.
Just another example of why you run plays through Morant. I mean, he makes great decisions with the ball in his hands.
Outside Williams. A step back shot here. The rebound by Turner. Turner's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Morant with it. In the corner, Winslow with it. 5 on the clock. And the Grizzlies tack on 2 more. 1:32 left in the fourth. Clippers leading by 10. Outside, George passes it to Whiteside. Here's Anunoby. Turner covering. Clock at 6. High, arcing shot, and the jam by Whiteside.
Relentless in their approach, even with the game firmly in hand.
But GA, this is no let-up. You know, this is the kind of hard-nosed competitiveness that wins games.
Here's Morant. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
It's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
Yeah, it has to be frustrating to catch fire when the game is already over. I mean, this is not the outcome they want.
Here is Williams. There's 57 seconds left in the fourth quarter of this one. Whiteside against Turner, the 10-footer. And it's Whiteside, that time on the assist by George. And the Clippers lead by 11. Now here's Morant. In the corner, Winslow with it. And a miss there on the triple. They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
The pass to Pascal. The dish to George. And no good. It's Morant in the corner. And again, Memphis no good. Here's George. So it's Los Angeles winning this one easily. And in the win, a comfortable win in what? All right, David, thank you. Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Chris Webber, Greg Anthony, and David